Hello and welcome back. This is Sunil, your instructor for this course, and I hope you guys are learning from this course. So, this course is basically on MongoDB, and we are covering almost all the topics in the MongoDB. But few people from the longest time were asking how to install and run MongoDB on Linux operating system. So I have shown previously how to do on Windows, and this course basically goes through on the Windows operating system. But I would say everything except the installation process of MongoDB on Linux, everything else will be the same. You can open the Mongo shell on Linux or even on the Mongo Windows. It will be same. The commands will be almost same. The queries will be same. So only the installation process is little uh, varied on operating system. So to cater this request, I'm going to install MongoDB on Linux operating system, and for that purpose I'm using and for that purpose I have installed MongoDB on a VMware workstation. And this is the sorry I have installed Linux operating system, that is Kali Linux operating system, on a virtual machine on my system, so we can use here. Okay, so you can see I'm using VMware Workstation Player, which is a free software for virtualization, and here I've installed the Kali operating system. Okay, so let's get started. And if you have any question or doubt, you can definitely ask me in the question and answer section of this course. So let's get started with the MongoDB installation on Linux operating system. So for that, what I have done, we have to first download the MongoDB, and to do that we have to go to the mongodb.com, which is the official website of MongoDB. When you turn off here, you will see about MongoDB, so products, solution, customers, resources, what is MongoDB, context, search, sign in, try for free, and you can see what are the applications that are using MongoDB. So a lot of information about MongoDB and the news, all those things you can find here. But our primary concern is to download MongoDB for Linux. So you can go to the product, and here you can see MongoDB for cloud, MongoDB for as a software, analytics. So MongoDB used for various purposes, and all those things you can see here. MongoDB Atlas, which is the cloud-based MongoDB server. If you want to host your application using MongoDB on the cloud, you can use MongoDB Atlas. And if you want to use as a local server, or if you want to deploy your own server, you can go with the MongoDB server. Then there is a MongoDB Atlas full text search, that also you can use. MongoDB Stitch you can use, Kubernetes you can use, or operation manager you can use. So there are so many things. MongoDB graphical user interface is also there. MongoDB Compass that you can use. For analytics you can use MongoDB charts, MongoDB connector for business intelligence tools, MongoDB connector for Spark, data lake. Many things are there, and you can use them. So we need to download here. So for that I need to download MongoDB server. I'm not going to use the cloud, I'm going to use the MongoDB server. So I'll click on the MongoDB server, and it will automatically detect your operating system and it will suggest you. So here it is saying what is MongoDB. So MongoDB is a document database with scalability and flexibility that you want, with the query and indexing that you need. That means it is a NoSQL database, as we have already discussed, and it will give you the option to scale your database based on your application scalability, and it has the flexibility also. We need not to define your database or tables at hand. At first you can go dynamically. Okay, so click on the download MongoDB, and it will take you to the download page. And here you can see there are two options: MongoDB Enterprise Server and MongoDB Community Server. Okay, So let me tell you what are these two. So MongoDB Enterprise Server is the same as MongoDB Server, but Enterprise Server will have more features, because if you want to go with the enterprise level of application, you want to deploy your application on a production environment and you want more security, then you can go with the MongoDB Enterprise Server, and it has some advantage over the MongoDB Community Server. That is, it has in-memory storage engine, and then it has encrypted storage engine, so your data will be safe, and it has the advanced security, so your data will be secure as well. So if you want to use on an enterprise level, you can go with the enterprise server, and if you want to use for development and testing purpose, you can go with MongoDB community servers. And if you want to learn MongoDB, you can go with MongoDB community server. But let me tell you one more thing: if you want to use enterprise server for your development and testing, you can do it, because MongoDB enterprise server comes with the unlimited trial for development. So you can use MongoDB enterprise server on your development and testing environment as well for freely. And but if you want to deploy into the uh, production environment, you have to pay. So it is a paid service, and MongoDB community server is totally free. You can uh, deploy in the production environment as well, and you need not to pay for anything. So we will go with the MongoDB community server, and here you can see the version. So version, you can see here current version is 4.2.1, and previous version 4 are also listed here. So whatever version you want to use, you can go with that. So we will go with the current version, that is the current most stable version. And then here operating system is already selected, Ubuntu 16. Okay, and if it is not listed, you can select from here. Okay, your operating system. Then here it is showing package, server or Mongos, so we are going to use the server. Okay, so click on download. So MongoDB package will be downloaded, and once it is downloaded, we will go with the installation. Okay, so it will take quite some time to get it downloaded, so wait for that. And see here it is asking to save the file, so click on OK, save, and click on OK. So it will be downloaded. Okay, see here, click on here and it will show you. See, now it is downloaded, so click on show all downloads. See here, now it is downloaded. Okay, so in the next lecture we'll see how to install MongoDB on Linux operating system. See you inside the next one. Hello and welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to install MongoDB on our Linux operating system. So for that we need to go to the MongoDB website and follow the instruction given for installing the MongoDB Community Edition on Ubuntu. Since we are using Kali operating system, which is based on the Ubuntu, so we will follow this. So first thing we need to do is we need to import the public key used by the package management system. For that we need to run the command wget -qo -https. So we have to give this path. Okay, give this web path, that is mongodb.org static pgp server 4.2.asc, then sudo apt key add. Okay, so we need to give that, and when you give that you will get okay, it means it has been done successfully. Next thing is we need to get the GNU PG, and for that we need to get the command sudo apt get install GNU PG, and when you do that you will get the GNU PG package installed on your Linux operating system. Next thing is we need to once this installed, we need to retry to import the keys, and for that we need to run the command get -qo, and then again we have to give the path. Okay, now the next step is to create a list for MongoDB, and we need to create the list file, that is etc/apt/sources.list.d/mongodb org 4.2.1 list for the Ubuntu 4.2. Okay, so we need to run this command echo, and that will be done. Next thing is we need to reload the local packages for database. So for that we need to use sudo apt get update. This will update and modify the indexes. Okay, this is an important step that we need to do. Okay, so see, it is going on process. And after that we need to install the MongoDB package, and for that we need to run the command sudo apt-get install -y mongodb-org. We need to put sudo apt-get install -y mongodb-org to get the MongoDB latest version installed on our machine. Okay, if you don't give this, it may install the previous versions of MongoDB. Okay, so keep in mind, and this process will take some time, so just wait for it, don't interrupt, and it will be done. See here, so let it done. So now it is done. Next thing is we need to install MongoDB packages, that is sudo space apt-get space install space -y and then mongodb.org. So this is the command to install the MongoDB packages. Just write the command and hit enter, and the MongoDB installation process will get started. This process may also take some time, so just wait and watch, and your MongoDB instance is getting ready on your Linux operating system. Meanwhile, we'll see the next steps. These are some optional steps that you can follow, but we might not need these steps. These are to verify. Okay, so next step for us would be the starting the MongoDB service. Okay, and these are also run MongoDB contains some configuration files if you want to do for production environment that you can learn later on. Okay, so here we need to start the MongoDB service. Once the package gets installed, we would start the MongoDB service, and for that the command is pretty simple: sudo service mongod start. So we need to start the MongoD server. That's why we are giving here sudo service MongoDB space start, and when you give that it will start. But for that we need to wait to get this installation done. Okay. So see here, now the packages are installed. The next thing is we need to start the MongoDB service. So for that we need to put the command sudo space service space MongoDB space start. So this command will start the MongoDB service. Okay, so just hit enter, and next thing is we need to use the Mongo cell. So these are the to verify that these steps are not required. We'll skip this. Okay, so unnecessary steps you can skip for now, and later on whenever you need to do that you can do that. And to stop we need to use the sudo service MongoDB stop, and to restart we need to use the respective command. And here now I'm using Mongo, so if when you type Mongo it will show you the MongoDB cell, and it will show you the MongoDB cell version 4.2.1. okay, it means that MongoDB server has been successfully installed on our machine. You can check with show DBs and it will show you the by default whatever default databases are there, it will show you. It means that MongoDB is successfully installed on our Linux operating system. In the next lecture onwards we will see hands-on, and we'll try to create some databases, some collections, and we'll try to insert some documents inside the collections using MongoDB. See you inside the next lecture. Hello and welcome back. I'm Sunil. And in the last lecture we have seen how we can install MongoDB 4.2.1 on our Linux operating system. So now we have the MongoDB server running on our Linux operating system. Now we will see how we can do hands-on and how we can play with the MongoDB. So now we have also seen how we can log into the Mongo cell by just typing Mongo, and this is the Mongo cell. Now we are inside the Mongo cell. Next thing what we need to do, what we do with the database, we create tables and we insert data, right? But unlike the traditional databases where we have tables, we have rows and columns, and inside the rows and columns we store the data, right? So we have, suppose we have a users tables, and inside the users table we have to define the rows and columns, and based on that we can insert the data, right? And for each thing we have to define the data type, right? Suppose you want to store name, address, age, roll number, etc. You have to predefine, you have to define the data type upfront. Like if you are creating a table, you have to define that this user table is going to have these many rows and these many columns, and it can have the name as a text field, and the roll number should be the integer field, number field, all those things, right? Upfront, you cannot dynamically store the data in relational database management system. But MongoDB, being a NoSQL database, it provides you the facility to store data dynamically, and that's why here we don't have the rows and columns. Instead, we have the table, and we have a database name, and we have the collection. So what will be the hierarchy? We will have a database. Inside the database, we will have the collection. Like we have the tables in relational database, here we have the collection. And like we have rows and column in relational databases, here we have the documents. So we store documents, we store data in MongoDB in the form of documents, and documents will have the like rows and column. Here we will have the value and key and value pair. Okay, so key and value, for each key will have one value, but here we need not to define the data type upfront. We can store whatever data comes dynamically. Okay, so the first thing is we need to create a database, and then we will create a collection, and then we will see the CRUD operations, create, read, update and delete operations that we normally do in the every database. Okay, so let's create a database. So to create a database is pretty simple. We just need to use a use command, like use. You have to type use, and then you have to give the database name. Suppose I want to give database name as the suppose I want to give database name as a big users. Okay, or suppose I want to give my students. So suppose I'll give my students, database name will be my students. Okay, so now see here it is showing switched to DB my students. So now we have a reference database created, my students. Until unless I insert a collection and documents inside this database, this is not created. Now when we use first time use my students, it will create a reference, it will create a namespace for that, but it will not be actually created until unless we store some data inside this. So next thing is we need to create a collection. So db dot, then whatever we give after db. So now we are inside this my student database. Okay, now I want to create a collection. Suppose I want to create a collection like my users. Okay, so db dot my users, this is the collection name. Okay, whatever you give here, this will be the collection name, my users. And then we have to use insert. Okay, so I'll use insert, and then we have two commands to insert data. One is insert one and another is insert many. We will see in the create operation when we do. Okay, so for insert one, what I'll do, I'll insert a data. Okay, so suppose I'll give here name, and for name is the key, and for the each key we have to provide a value. So suppose I'll give Sunil, then I'll use another key which will be suppose I'll give roll number, and roll number 34 suppose, and then I'll give suppose status, suppose I'll put present. Okay, so this is the db my students, and then my users will be the collection, and this thing will be the document. So this is one document. Whatever we are writing inside the curly braces, it will be a document, and this is the collection. So we are creating a collection inside this database, and inside that collection we are inserting this data. Okay, so this is the whole command to create a database. Use database name, and then once you switch to the database, we have to use db dot collection name. In this case it is my users, and then we have to use the command insert one to insert the document, and then we have to insert a document inside the curly braces, like name, key value pair. Okay, name is the key, Sunil is the value, roll number is the key, 34 is the value, status is the key, status is the key, and present is the key value. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll hit enter. So see here, it is showing acknowledged true and inserted ID, object ID is this one. See here, we have not given any ID, but MongoDB will by default create an object ID for each of the documents. So for this document, this is the object ID. Okay, so this is the way we can create a database, and then we can create a collection, and then we can insert a document. So this is the document in database, in NoSQL database. In MongoDB it is a JSON format, so this is a JSON document, JSON format. Okay, so we store documents in terms of JSON documents. Okay, in the form of JSON documents. So now we have created a database. So now I'll use command show DBs, and see here, now we are seeing admin, config, and local. Earlier these three were there. Now we have our own database, that is my student. Now I'll use show collection, and see here, when you use command show collection is to show the list of collection that is there in our database. So my student database is having these many collections, that is we have created only one collection, so it is showing one collection, my users. Okay, so this is the way we can create a database, create a collection, and create a document and insert a document inside a collection. So what we have learned, I'll summarize in the last, that is we have entered into the Mongo shell, and then we have created a database by using command use space database name, and then we have what we have done next, we have created a collection by using db.collection name, in this case my users, and then we have used a function insert1 to insert a document inside this collection, and the document is a JSON format document that is having key value pair, name Sunil, roll number 34, these are the key value pair, and then we have entered, and our collection and document, both collection is created and document is inserted inside the collection okay, and then we have used show DBs to see the list of DBs, and then we can use show collection to see the list of collections. In the next lecture we will see how we can insert one document, and we can insert many documents at a time inside a collection. So see you inside the next lecture, where we will be seeing more of CRUD operations. Hello and welcome back. So in the previous lecture we have seen how to create a database, how to create a collection, and how to insert document inside a collection. And we have also discussed there are two functions to insert document inside a collection, and they are insert one and insert many. So we have seen a short example of insert one, where we can insert a document inside a collection. So we have done this thing, right? db.myusers insert one. Let me just copy this, and I'll just paste it here. Okay, let me create another document. So I'll use the same collection, my users dot insert one, and then inside this I will insert my document. So suppose I'll use name Roshan. I'll give age. I'll insert a new field, age 45, roll number 4, marks 150. Okay, so this is another document that I'm going to insert inside this collection, my users. Now we have inserted, how we will read it. So to read a thing, we have a db.myusers.find. okay, so we have seen create by creating a document and inserting inside the collection. Now we are seeing read operation. So to read a document or read a collection, what we need to do, db.myusers.find and hit enter. See here, now it is showing all the documents that are inside this collection my users. So 1, 2, 3. See here, I have inserted same document, Sunil roll number 34, Sunil roll number 34, but what we are seeing here is a slight confusing, but I'll let you know. See, I have, while creating, we are not giving ID, but I have given the same set of data here. Okay, these two same. Okay, but it has inserted as it is, but these two are two different documents because they have different set of object IDs. So this object ID will create a difference between these two documents. Okay, even though they have the same key value pairs, but they are the different document because they have the different object ID that intelligently MongoDB has created by itself. Okay, right. Next thing is, we know how to read the data. Next thing is, if I want to arrange it properly, I can use pretty. Pretty means looking good. So if we use db.myuser, db.collectionname.find.pretty, it will come in a very arranged manner. See here, now this is one document, this is the another document, and this is the third document. So you can use .pretty. Okay, now before moving forward, let me tell you one more thing. Insert many also we have to learn. So I'll give you one example for insert many. db.myusers, I'm using the same collection dot insert many. Insert many will allow us to insert many documents inside the collection. Okay, many documents at a time inside a collection. So for that, what we have to do, we have to pass an array of documents. Okay, insert many will take the array of documents. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create a array of documents inside this insert many function. So for that, I'm using an array bracket, and inside this I'll create documents. Okay, so suppose I'll give name Steve, suppose I'll give profession, I'll give cricket, age 54. Okay, and then I'll give comma and I will add another document. Okay, So I'll use again name, and for name I'll give value Ajhar, who is former Indian player. Okay, and I'll give hobby. I'll give hobby as fielding, because he was a amazing fielder, and I'll give age as a 61. Okay, so see here what I'm doing, I'm inserting two documents, name for Steve and another is for Ajhar. Okay, let me just copy this so that I'll insert one more. I'll give comma, and this I'll paste. I'll make this age as 65 and this name Ajhar I'll change it to Jaunty, and hobby should be fielding. Okay, so now I'm inserting three documents. Okay, here we have to take care of the comma. We have to remove one parenthesis. Okay, let me hit enter. See here, now we have inserted many documents at a time using insert many function. So see here, acknowledge true, inserted IDs. See here, 3 object ID means 3 documents has been inserted. So let me just query this. So db.collectionname.find.pretty, and see here, now we have the new documents also added, Steve, Ajhar and Jaunty. Okay, so this way we can use the insert many. Next thing is we can use find, right? We have learned about find, right? When you do, we get the result, but we can add filter also. So db.find, inside the find function we can provide a condition. Okay, so here I can give age. I want the player's age, and for age I want to give criteria greater than, suppose age is 34, 45, 54, age greater than 50. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm querying the collection my users, and inside that I'm giving a criteria like age, show me the results for which age is greater than 50. I want only those names whose age is greater than 50. So hit enter. See here, now I'm getting only 3 results for Steve, Ajhar and Jaunty because their age is greater than 50. Okay, so this way we can add a criteria to our query. Okay, so next thing, suppose I want, if I do less than, I'll get the, see here, only one result, 45. Okay, for this Sunil there is no age. Okay, so age 45. Okay, so this way we can use the query criteria to query documents inside MongoDB. In the next lecture we will see update and delete operations. See you inside the next one. Hello and welcome back. So in the previous lecture we have seen the find, and we have also seen how we can use to query a document or a collection using query operator. Okay, so criteria query. Okay, and we have also seen how to get the result in a good manner using pretty. Okay, and we have also seen insert one and insert many. So now we have learned how to create a database, how to create a collection, how to insert document, and how to read documents. So we know creation and we know the read. So inside the CRUD operations we know create and read, right? So create, we have seen insert one and insert many to insert the data. Now we have seen find and find.pretty to read the data. Next thing is update. So we need to know how to update the data. Suppose we have inserted some of the documents and I want to update some of the key value pair. Suppose I want to add something or I want to delete something, so we should know how to update and delete also. So to do that we have two functions, update and delete. So first we will see update, and in the next lecture we'll see the delete operations. Okay, so for update we have three functions. So what are those? So I'll just write db dot my users dot, we have the first one update one. So like we had update insert one and insert many, we have the update one and we have the update many, and we have one more update, we have replace one. So we have three things in update operation: update one, update many, and replace one. We'll see update and update many now, and replace one we'll see later. So suppose we have this document where we are querying age greater than 50. We have three documents. Suppose I want to update for Steve, I want to add Steve Waugh. I want to make his name as a Steve Waugh. I want to add the last name inside the name. I want to keep full name here, Steve Waugh. So how we can do that? We can simply do by using update one function. So how update one function? First we need to provide the query. So here I'll give name, or I'll give what is the Steve age 54. Okay, so I'll use age 54. So this I'm giving a criteria. Okay, so now what update one will do, it will find the document with age 54, right? And then what it will do, it will try to set the value. We'll use the set to set the value, to update the value. So what it will do, it will set the name. I want to set the name value to Steve Waugh. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm using update one function. I'm giving a criteria here, age 54. So it will look for this document inside this collection with age 51. It will find this document with name Steve, profession cricket, and age 54, and then it will go for this set procedure and it will set the name to Steve Waugh. It will change the name, it will update the name to Steve Waugh. So I hope you understood. We have to give the collection name dot update one, then we have to give the query criteria, and then we have to follow this procedure, set procedure. We are using $set to set this key value to Steve. Wow. Earlier it is Steve. Okay, let's hit enter. See here, now it is showing acknowledged true, match count 1 document has matched. See here it is giving matched count, means how many document it found with the age 54, 1 document, and modified count is 1. It has modified the 1. Okay, so now query this again. See here, now we have Steve Waugh. The name has been set to updated to Steve Waugh. Okay, so this way update one works. Let me show you one more time. So suppose I want to update the value for the age 61. So I'll come here, I'll put 61, and suppose instead of for 61 who is Azhar, I want to change the hobby from fielding to styling. Okay, Azhar Muhammad Azharuddin, an Indian player, he was very popular for his styling. So here what I'll do, I'll set the hobby. From hobby I'll set from fielding to modeling. Okay, and I'll hit enter. Okay, so now it is saying acknowledge true, match count 1, and modified count 1 document has been modified. So let me query that again. See here, now name Azhar, hobby from fielding it has been changed to updated to modeling. So this way we can use the update one to update the document. Okay, so I hope you got to know how to use update. Now I will show you how to use update many. Okay, so I'll use the same collection db.myusers, and I'll use update many. Okay, so now how update many will work, in the same way the update works, but it will update more than one document. Whatever match it will find, it will update all the matched documents. Okay, so here what I'll do, I will provide a query criteria as age I'll give greater than greater than 50. So how many documents it will find? It will find these 3 documents, right? And here what I'll do, I'll change age to old age. Suppose I want to set the value for age to old age. Okay, so what I'll do, I will give here or suppose I want to add new field. So what I'll do, I'll add I will add game. I will add a new field here, game, and for game I'll put cricket. Let's see how it works. We have to use the set here. And we have to close it here. Now hit enter. See here, now it is saying match count 3, modified count 3. So let me query it again. See here, now name Steve, profession cricket, age 50, game cricket, game cricket, game cricket has been added to all these 3 documents. Okay, so this way we can use update menu. So we have updated this document with this new field called game. Okay, so this way we can use the update menu. In the same way we can use for less than. Suppose for less than 50 we have only one document, and here suppose I want to change to for age less than 50 we have only one matching document, that is for Roshan. So what I'm doing here, I'm searching for less than 50 and I'll change name to Roshan to Ritik Roshan. Okay, hit enter. See here, done. Now I'll change this to less than 50. See here, now name has been updated to Ritik Roshan to Ritik Roshan. Okay, so this way we can use update and update menu. So I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask inside the question and answer area of this course, and I will be happy to answer all your questions. So see you inside the next lecture, where we'll be seeing delete operations in the CRUD operations in MongoDB on Linux operating system. See you inside. Hello and welcome back. So in the previous lecture we have seen update procedure, like how to update a document in MongoDB. We have seen update 1 and update menu. In this lecture we are going to see the delete. We have seen create, read, update, and now the last one is delete. So we should know how to create, read, update and delete. So deletion is a process of deleting one or more document, and for that reason we have 2 functions in MongoDB, that is delete one and delete many, like insert one, insert many, update one, update many. In the same way we have delete one and delete many. So let me show you. This is the update one, right? I'll just modify this to delete one. Okay, so now db.collectionName.delete1 function, and then here we need to give the same way query criteria, and then so what I'm doing, I'm deleting a document which is having age as 61. Okay, so let me hit enter. See here, acknowledge true, delete count 1. Now if I do this, see here, now we have we do not have the age 61. Okay, because we have deleted that document. Okay, in the same way we have the delete menu. So see here, we have update menu. We can make it delete many, and here we need to give I want to delete many documents. So what criteria I'm going to give here? I'm going to give a criteria as age greater than 50. So delete all the documents which are having age greater than 50. Okay, so now we have two documents, Steve and John T, greater than 50. Okay, so let me hit enter. See here it is showing delete count 2 and acknowledge true. Now if I run this query greater than 50, then we will not get any result because we have deleted all the documents which are having age greater than 50, but less than 50 we have one. Okay, so this is the way we can use delete function in MongoDB. So this section we have seen how to install MongoDB 4.2.1, which is the latest release of MongoDB on Linux machine, a Linux operating system, and then we have went through the Mongo shell, and there we have seen how to create a database, collection, documents, and CRUD operations, create, read, update, and delete, all those things we have seen. So now from here onwards you can continue with the other lectures, other sections, as Mongo shell will be the same and the queries will be the same. So still if you are facing any problem on installing MongoDB on Linux or Windows, you can ask me in the question and answer section area of this course, and I will be more than happy to help you and answer your queries. Hello and welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to learn about one more function in MongoDB, that is find and modify. So find and modify is very useful when you want to modify a particular document inside a collection. You don't want to touch all the documents, you just want to modify a particular document or particular value of a document. Okay, so in that sense find and modify is very useful. So what I do, I'll just insert the data again because we have removed. So I'll just insert this data and I'll just query. So now we have these three documents inside this collection, my users. Now what I want to do, I want to just find one of the document and I want to update or modify particular value. Suppose I want to find the stew, I want to modify the age of the stew. I want to make it 55 or 56 or 57. So I want to modify this age value of stew. I don't want to do anything with the Ajhar and Jaunty. I just want to modify Steve. So what I'll do, I'll use find and modify. I'll find Steve, okay, and I will modify the age of the Steve. It's like similar to update but a little different. Okay, so let's see db dot my users, the collection name, and then we have to use find and modify. So this is the function find and modify. Inside this, in the same way, we need to pass the query and we need to pass the update. So we need to pass two things here. We need to pass query. So for query, what I want to pass, I want to for query I want to pass name, and name I want Steve. I want to find Steve. So what it will do, it will, based on this query, it will find the name Steve. It will go to this document, and then once it finds out that, then we have to give the update. So we need to provide the update criteria here or update function here. So for update, what I want to give, I want to use a increment function. So I want to use increment. I want to increment the age. So I will use inc $inc, and what I want to increment, I want to increment the age of Steve. So for age, I'll increment with 3. So I want to make Steve age, I want to modify the Steve age from 54 to 57. Okay, so this is the way to do find and modify. So what we are doing, we are finding the document with the name Steve and we are modifying the age by incrementing it by 3. Okay, so let's hit enter. See here, now it is showing us. Let me query this. Find. See here now, let me make it pretty. See here now, Steve age is 57, right? Suppose in the same way, if I want to modify the age of John T by 3, I can do that. See now, John T age is 54 now, earlier it was 51. Let me try one more thing. What I'll do, I'll just remove this. And here update, I'll update the John T's hobby. So update hobby to something fielding to running. Okay, and let's see. Okay, now let me query this. See here now, when I used this thing, find and modify hobby running, what it has done, it has removed the name and age field, and it is only modified the hobby to running. So you have to be careful while doing this thing. See, okay. In this lecture, we are going to quickly see how we can remove a document from a collection. So basically, we are going to learn about remove function in MongoDB. So MongoDB has a drop function as well that we will see later, and it has a remove also, but both are different. When you use drop, it will like it will drop the collection or the documents from the database, including the indexes and other things. Okay, but when you use remove, it will just remove the document. Okay, it will not remove the indexes or whatever other things you have done, could have done on the collection document. Okay, so here we are going to learn about remove function to remove a document from a collection. Okay, but before that, what I'll do, I have renamed the my users to my students. So what I'll do, I'll create again my users and I'll insert the same data which we have inserted before. Okay, so I'll just use insert many and hit enter. So now we have the data. Now what I'll do, sorry, my users. So now for my users we have this data which are having age greater than 50. Now I want to remove all the users which are having age greater than 50. Okay, so I can use the same thing. Instead here, instead of find, what I'll do, I'll use remove. So now I'll use db.myusers collection name dot remove, and then here we'll keep what you want to remove. Suppose I want to remove what I'll do, suppose I want to remove the age, the persons or the users with the age greater than 50. I want to delete all of them, so I'll use this query criteria age greater than 50 and hit enter. See here, and removed 3, that means 3 documents have been removed. If I run the same query again, we will not get any result here because we have removed. So let me quickly insert the same data again. So now we have inserted it again. Now instead of removing all the data, what I'll do, I will just try to remove one specific document from this. I'll use name. I want to remove name Steve. Okay, let me copy this. First what I'll do, I will query and show you the data. Okay, then I'll remove find pretty. So see here, now we have Steve, Ajhar and Jaunty. Okay, so now what I'll do, okay, I've copied, I'll just paste it. See here, db.myusers remove name Steve. So it is showing and removed only one document has been removed. So if I run the query again, find query, see here, I'm getting only for Ajhar and Jaunty. The Steve has been removed. So this is the utility of remove function. If you want to remove all, if I want to remove all at once, what I'll do, I'll just use remove and I'll just pass the empty documents. When you pass empty document, it will remove everything from the collection. Okay, so see here, and remove 2. There were 2 documents, so it has removed all 2. If we query now, we'll not get anything. So we have seen how we can delete how we can remove one document from a collection, how we can remove a document based on a query criteria that we have used greater than 50, and we have also seen how we can remove multiple with the query criteria, and we have seen how we can remove all at a time. So with this remove with empty function, we can, if you pass nothing, it will remove all the things. Okay, so this is the way to use remove, but always remember remove and drop both are not same. We'll see drop as well. Hello and welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to learn a very interesting function, that is renaming a collection. Suppose while creating a collection and we have inserted a document also, but we want to change the collection name. Suppose I have given the collection name here like my users, right? But for some reasons I want to change this collection name to all users or DB users or my students, like that. Okay, so suppose how will we do that? So to MongoDB provides a facility to rename the collection. Already existing collections we can rename, and the data inside the collection, that means the documents inside the collection will remain the same, only the name of the collection will be changed. And for that there is a function called rename collection, and it will take a string that will be the new collection name. So let me write the, suppose I want to rename my collection my users. So this collection I want to rename to some other name, so I can use rename collection function and I can rename it, and inside this I can pass the new collection name like student users or my students. Okay, so suppose I want to rename this my users collection to a new name my students. So how this rename collection will work, it will take this collection name my users and it will create a lock on this. Suppose while doing the rename process there should not be any other action on this collection. For that reason, suppose if we are doing for ourselves in a local environment, then there is no problem, because we know that we are going to rename this collection, or we are renaming the collection, so we will not provide any other functions to the collection name. So we will not do any other operation on this collection. But suppose this is live on a production environment or in a testing environment where so many users are working on the database using this collection. So while you do the renaming, somebody might be accessing the collection with this name, and then they might get an error. So to avoid that, this rename collection function will take exclusive lock on this collection. It means that during the process of renaming, when this rename collection function will work, and till the time it ends the renaming process, it will have the exclusive lock on this collection, so that nobody else or no process, no action can be performed on this collection. So it will take exclusive lock on this collection, and then it will start the renaming process. And once rename is done, renaming is done, it will take the lock out of it and it will work as it is. So let me just hit enter. See here, now it is saying okay. So now what I'll do, I'll do the show collections. Now we have done the renaming. So see here, now when I'm doing show collections, I'm getting my students. Earlier we used to get my users, now it has been renamed to my students. Suppose if I run this function, this command or this query db.myusers.find, then what will happen? See here, it will not return anything, because it will be not finding the what it will not find. It will not find the collection, because we have renamed it and now it is not existing in the database. Instead we have to give my students dot find. See here, all the data which were there in the my users, now the data is same, the collection name has been changed. So this is the way you can change the collection name. So I hope this will help you, and If you have any doubt or question, please ask. Yeah. Okay. See you inside the next lecture.